Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So for the first question, based on figure 2 and table 1 above, assuming program A as shown as in figure 1 runs on the multi-cycle processor. So the question is, how many clock cycle will it take to complete program A? Hint, this is a multi-cycle processor and there is a loop in the program. So first we look at our multi-cycle RTL statement. There got 4 type of instruction, which is R instruction, action for memory reference instruction, action for branches, and action for jumps. So based on our code, so we see that there is one memory reference instruction and also 3 from the action for branches, and then 10 for the R statement, R type instruction. So total is 10 times with 4 and 2 times with 3, and lastly 1 times with 5. So we get 51 clock cycles. So for the second question, which instruction is executed at which stage when the processor is in its 7th cycle? So the answer is LIST2 0 times 15, which is based on the code, which is for the first one 4 cycle, and the second one is 5 cycles, 6 cycles, and 7 cycles. So the 7th cycle go to the second instruction, which is LIT2 0 times 15. So for the third question, referring to table 1, what is the RTL statement involved when the processor is in its 7th cycle? So we go see to the multi-cycle RTL statement. So we count from the above, which is IR memory PC plus 4 for the number 1, and goes down to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, and the 7 goes to all out A plus sign extend IR 15 minus 0. So that's the answer. So next is, what will the value of the following labels when the processor is in its 7th cycle? So the question start with the A. Based on the diagram multi-cycle processor, so the A, we will see the LIST2 0x50, EDU 10 00x 0000015 0 times 24 0A 0015. So for the B, we see in the diagram it at ALU SRCA, which is we don't go to that, so that will be 0. So for number 3, for the C, which is at ALU SRCB, so the result will be 0x 00000015. Next is D, which is at ALU. So the result will go to 7 same with the C, because the value from C goes to the D, which is 0x00000015. So for number E, we go for a don't care, because we don't go there. Same with F, G and H, we go for don't care because our path is not go through that. So next is IR, right? We put 0 because wait a minute. Alright, sorry, for IR, right, we put 0 and then mem to read, mem read, and also mem read and mem write we put 0. Mem to reg we put don't care because we don't go to mem to reg. Mem to register, and register write 0, register DSD, don't care. ALU SRCA 1 because the data is from A. Also ALU SRCB, the value will be 2 because it's come from EXTND. And lastly PCR SRC don't care because we don't use that path. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Next, for the question number 2, which is pipeline processor. So A, for the question is, assume program A shown in figure 1 runs on a pipeline processor. So how many clock cycle will it take to complete program A? Hint, draw the instruction time diagram. So the answer is 70 clock cycle. So we do the instruction time diagram. Start with LIST1 0 times 11 until SW, and then we put the clock number 1 until the end. So we start with LIST1 0 times 11. We put IF, ID, EX, MWB, which is instruction fetch, instruction decode, and then execution, memory access, and lastly memory read completion. We put all that, and then for number 2, which is LIST2 0 times 50, start with clock cycle number 2. So we start with the same with the first clock cycle. We start with IF, ID, EX, M, and WB, and then goes on until the end of the graph, which is SW. So the question is how many clock cycle would it take to complete program A? So based on the graph that we just draw, SW and with N at cycle 17, and which is N with memory read completion at clock cycle 17. So this is show us that after all this done, the clock cycles need to complete for program A is 17 clock cycle. So for B, the question is, assume program A shown in figure 1 runs on a pipeline processor. Based on figure 3 and table 2, assuming there is no hazard, Draw the data path and write the control values for cycle 7 of program A. Use figure 3 for your answer. Draw the data path using colored pen other than red or black and write the control signals on figure 3. Label the instruction at its respective stage. So for the based on the graph, based on the control signal at the given, so we have R type instruction, I type instruction, LW, SW, and branch equal, load word and save word. So we also have EX, MEM, and WB, which is execution, memory access, and also memory read completion. So in the graph, we start with alright. So in the diagram, so we can draw the data part. Start with the instruction memory, which is we shade it half because it's only read the instruction, and then goes up to MUX 0, and it goes down to ADD, and then goes to register. And for register, we shade it full because we write and also read the instruction in the register, and then we draw path until ALU and also MUX once, and then from ALU we go to MUX 0 on the right side of the diagram, and then go up until and go back to the register. For IF, we shade it fully because we use it in the pipeline. And from also, we don't forget the control signal, the control which is from the register, we take it and go to the control. This is based on the control signal from diagram or graph given, which is one in register DST and ALUOP1, and also for R type register WR is 1, and for I type ALUOP1 is 1 and ALUSRC is 1, register WR is 1, and for load word ALUSRC 1, MEMRD is 1, also register WR is 1, and MEM2 is 1. And lastly, safe word ALUSRC is 1 and MEMWR is 1, and ALUOP0 and ALU, and for branch equal ALUOP0 is 1 and branch is 1. And that's all for the quiz 2B. Thank you.